Hello everyone, my name is Richel Putane, lecturer in Mechanical Department, Jain Polytechnic, Belagavi. So let us start with second unit, that is lathe and its operations, part 1. Okay, so these are the contents that I am going to cover in this topic, that is introduction to lathe, construction of lathe, 3-jaw and 4-jaw chuck, difference between steady and follower rest, lathe machine operations, taper turning by tailstock set over method, and thread cutting method. Okay, so let us go through this one by one. So coming to the introductional part, lathe is the oldest machine tool developed. Okay, the main function of lathe is to remove the material from the workpiece, which is supported to the chuck and then turned against the cutting tool. The metal is removed in the form of chips. Okay, it is primarily used to produce cylindrical surfaces and plane surfaces at right angles to the axis of rotation. Okay, this was the brief introduction on lathe machine. So let us see the construction of lathe machine. So here we can see a simple sketch of lathe machine which consists of a bed onto which it consists of headstock and it is connected to spindle. Then it has a carriage which has compound rest and cross slides. Okay, then it consists of a tailstock and there is a lead screw. Okay, and it is fixed on the shop floor. Now let us see these components one by one. So coming to the bed is the main base of machine tool. Okay, it consists and it supports all the major components of the lathe. Okay, the bed supports all the major components of the lathe machine. Okay, basically it is made up of cast iron which supports rigid to prevent the deflection. Okay, on the top of the bed it consists of guideways to provide for carriage movement and tailstock movement. Okay, now let us see what is headstock. Headstock is placed permanently at left end of the lathe. Okay, and it is provided with a hollow spindle. Here we can see a spindle. Okay, and mechanism is for driving the spindle. It consists of mechanism in headstock. Okay, all these parts are housed in headstock casting. Okay, now coming to the tailstock. It is located over a inner way at right angles to the bed. Okay, it is used to give support to the work while machining, like drilling, tapping and reaming. Okay, here the tailstock can be moved along with the guideways and can be clamped at any position on the this on this guideways. Okay, now coming to the carriage. Here we can see carriage. The main function of carriage is to support, move and control the cutting tool. It consists of compound rest. Here we can see compound rest onto which a cutting tool is held. Okay. Now let us see what is compound rest. A compound rest is used to hold the tool and traverse movement of the carriage. Okay, Then we have a cross slide. Cross slide carries the tool or compound rest. It can be moved by using a hand wheel. Okay. Now let us study three-jaw chuck. Here we can see a simple sketch of three-jaw chuck, which consists of a jaw, bevel pinion, bevel teeth, and it consists of scroll disc. This is the body of three-jaw. Okay, so in this check, three jaws moves simultaneously by turning a key in any one of the three pinion. Here we can see a pinion. If we move one key, then the three jaws will move simultaneously, which meshes with a scroll disc. When the disc rotates, all the three jaws moves backward or forward by an equal amount. Thus the workpiece automatically held between the jaws. Okay, it is used for holding round hexagonal bars. So this was about three jaw check. Now let us see four jaw check. Here we can see a simple sketch of four jaw check. Okay, it consists of four jaws, 1, 2, 3 and 4. Okay, so the name called as four jaw check. It consists of jaws, okay, and pinion, also called as keyhole. Okay, the outer portion is called as body. Okay, a four jaw check has basically four jaws. Each jaw is independently actuated and adjusted for holding the job. In this type of jaws, these are used for holding irregular shapes, rough casting, and square or octagonal shapes. Each jaws are made up of three inner and one outer gripping surface. Okay, the outer gripping surface is for holding the length size of the workpiece. Okay, bigger length of the workpiece by reversing the jaw. So this was about four jaw check. We'll continue the next topic in next session. So thank you.